Welcome back to Recharge with Bret. My name is Bret Batchelor, Training Coordinator here at NCT 911. And today we're going to talk about text to 911. So what is text to 911? Well, it is just what it sounds like. It's the ability to text communicate with 911 instead of placing a voice call the way we traditionally would contact 911. And while that seems very simple, the ability to text to 911 really opens the door for possibilities and allows us to better serve our citizens and the members of our community. In today's world, cell phones have taken over as the main form of communication. And if you ask people how they would prefer to use cell phones, would they rather make a voice call or text, overwhelming majority would rather text, especially the younger generation is what they've grown up on. And when you look at the information, on average, we send 5 times as many text messages as we do voice calls, which makes sense the way text message communication works. But if you look at the numbers, we on average spend 26 minutes a day text messaging versus 20 minutes a day making a voice call. With this change of the dynamic in communication, 911 needs to be able to support that as another form of communication to meet the needs of our citizens. In 2013, the NCT 911 region was the first in the state of Texas to allow for text to 911 communication. This was such an important step for our state. And since then, the state has begun to improve and text to 911 communication is spread throughout our state. Not completely, there's still approximately 20% of the state that still doesn't have text to 911 communication. And across the country, we also don't have full coverage. And before you go out and start texting your 911 agency to see if you have it in that area, call your agency, reach out to your police department, your sheriff's office, and call and let them know. Don't blow up their text messages. In the event that you are in an area that doesn't support text to 911, what you'll get is a bounce back message. When you text 911 what's going on, you're getting a message saying text to 911 is not available in your area. Call 911 in the case of emergency. So what are the 2 main reasons that you would utilize text to 911 instead of making a voice call? It's unsafe for you to talk or you're unable to talk. Here at NCT 911 we say call if you can, text if you can. Calling is always going to be a faster form of communication to be able to get that open line, but if you're unable to, then you need to text. So, those 2 ways. If you're unsafe to be able to talk, you're in a situation, you have an intruder in your home, you're hiding, taking cover, it's in a robbery, an active shooter situation, any area where you need to be silent and stay hidden for your protection, text to 911 is a great resource. Text to 911, communicate with those telecommunicators, get the information to our first responders so we can get in there to help you. The other way is going to be if you're unable to talk. And this is really the game changer that we talked about before. Obviously, being unsafe to talk is important, but unable to talk is a part of our population that's really not been able to communicate with 911 in an effective way. For the deaf and hard of hearing community, there are things called TDD, TTY machines. And it's an antiquated machine. You have to have a landline typically. You take the landline, you set it in the cradle in this machine, and you're able to tie it, pick it up and listen, and that's how you communicate with 911, which is a great tool if you're only sitting there. But if you're in a situation where you're out and about, you don't have this cumbersome machine with you, you have a house fire, you're in your house and it's a dangerous place, you have to essentially leave your communication with 911 to flee the scene. Text to 911 bridges that gap that we've had in service. It allows all of our citizens and those ones deaf and hard of hearing to be able to communicate with us in the same ease that everyone else does. Text to 911 has so many great features, but it also has some limitations we need to be aware of. When we're texting, don't send pictures, don't do our emojis or GIFs or all those things, and try to also keep away from any slang or abbreviated communication when you're texting. Text the words clearly, efficiently, give the information, just like you would a regular voice call. Location, what type of emergency you have, what's going on, and what help you need. In today's world, we have 90% of our 911 calls are via mobile device, and text to 911 just expands the opportunity for us better to serve our community. In the ever-changing world we live in, 911 is changing and improving, and I think for the better. We need to embrace these change, advocate for these features, and get text to 911 out to our entire state of Texas and all over the country. Remember, call if you can, text if you can. So we talked about a little bit of text to 911. Now let's switch over and take an energy drink, and let's pop the top and give it a taste. Okay, so today we're going to be reviewing the Alani energy drink. It's going to be Tropsicle. Oh, that sounds fire, right? Oh man. So let's give it a taste and see how it is. It's really good, guys. It's super delicious. It's everything I wanted it to be, honestly. Looking at the can, very cool. Love the popsicles, the pineapples. Really kind of tells you what the flavor is going to be. So the can style, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. The flavor is really excellent. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. It's very tropical. It's got a pineapple-y taste. I love pineapple. Almost kind of has a kind of a creamsicle taste too. Really excellent. Really excellent. Energy output, it's going to be good too. 200 milligrams, going to give you a good boost. So I'm going to give it a rating of 4 out of 5 on our energy output. So thank you for joining me today on Recharge with Bret. We talked about text to 911, the importance there. Reviewed a delicious energy drink, the Alani Tropsicle, available at Target. Mwah, delicious. Please subscribe to our training newsletter, nct911.org/training. And until next time, stay charged.